Hi, welcome to Rivetea. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Longhair Linda, and today we're going to be recapping Love and Marriage DC Season 2, Episode 3, and this one is called Parents Just Don't Understand. Let's get into it. So we start in the middle of the sit down between Erana and Winter from the last episode, at the moment of the accusation that the Tylers didn't really raise their son Jason. Erana wants to know why Winter would even entertain this mess, and Winter looks giddy talking in her confessional about the receipts that she gets in her inbox. Of course. Erana says people will talk about you in DC, but these aren't receipts. Winter then says that Erana was threatening to beat her up on Twitter, but Erana wants the evidence because what she remembers is Winter talking crazy about them, as usual, online. Here's the thing, I very much doubt that Erana would be the threatening type just based on what I've seen of her, but I absolutely believe that Winter was talking crazy online because she does it on this show, so yeah. Well, Winter's got evidence apparently, so she pulls up a picture of the tweet that Erana sent, which reads, "You must don't know me in real life. You better pray I don't see you in these DC streets. I will show you how mute I am." So that was apparently in response to Winter saying that Erana was a mute, which is funny because she also said that she played both sides last season. So it's like, are you playing both sides or are you a mute? I'm not sure you can do both, but okay. Erana says that Winter brought her here today for some BS and that she wants Winter to stop mentioning her and her family. They're not friends. They will never be friends. Winter tries to claim that it's actually Erana that's been talking about Winter's family. Anyone seen that? No? Okay. And says Erana could have saved herself a tank of gas by just texting her that they will never be friends. Girl, you were thirsty for this meeting. You wanted to meet with Erana. You said so yourself on this show. You clearly needed the scene because this is the only time you were in this episode. So let's stop lying, shall we? Ashley has gone to meet with her mum and says in her confessional that a lot of her childhood was very, very hurtful and she felt like she had to prove herself to her parents to feel worthy of love. Ashley talks about the book with her mum and advises that her mum should be taking accountability, but her mother fights back, saying that she is not a dummy and the past should stay in the past. Ashley continues to press the issue and wants to talk about the time when her mother moved out of their house when Ashley was just 16 to go live with her boyfriend. Ashley's mum says that she always had family in the home with her and the bills were always paid, and that Ashley was 16 years old and a grown woman. What? Like, did you hear you're 16 years old and a grown woman? Ashley says 16 is not grown. Duh. Even if she looked grown and was mature for her age, she was a child. Yes, it feels like a no-brainer, and especially to a woman, in my opinion. Like, if you're the mother, I feel like you would view that maybe differently because you grew up, right? You know how society likes to age women, especially black women, girls, age them to be, older than their years. And you'd think that having experienced that yourself, that you wouldn't carry it on, but that happens all the time. It's so common that mothers do this despite them having gone through something like that when they were young and them hating it and them seeing the repercussions for that behavior but carrying it on anyway. That drives me up the wall. In her confessional, Ashley talks about how her mother put this boyfriend at the time ahead of Ashley for years and that he eventually left her when Ashley's son Antonio was born because her mother wanted to be a grandmother to Antonio, but the boyfriend had never seen that side of her before. And that's the thing, like it's difficult because I know that especially like for single parents, it must be, a very challenging time, especially if you're looking for love and all this kind of stuff. But putting anybody ahead of your kids for the sake of having a partner is insane as it is. But also from that partner's point of view as well, it's like, I don't know how you can go into a situation and respect that person who has children but is clearly not prioritizing them. that wouldn't make me feel special. That would make me think that you're a bad parent. So I'd be like, oh, never mind. I don't want to date you. Like, and for him to just like pick up and leave as soon as like she's trying to be a grandmother, an involved grandmother, then it just tells you everything you need to know about this guy. It sounds like he was just no good. Ashley's mum continues to insist that she was there and she did physically take care of Ashley, and begins to cry when talking about how much she loves her family. Eventually she does apologize, but they continue to argue because Ashley really just wants her mum to acknowledge her wrongdoings. Her mum is just like, no, Ashley, you were a bad kid, and she's just not trying to see Ashley's side at all. Her mum, I found it really interesting that her mum kept talking about the things that she provided, like the bills were always paid for. You got, to go to this school and do this after school program or whatever. And it's just like, yes, you may have provided for her financially. That's great. That's one of the things you need to be doing as a parent. But Ashley was clearly talking about more of the emotional support and just feeling like she had a mother there that really cared for her and that would show up for her. And I think that it wasn't connecting. Ashley's mum was just not really understanding where Ashley was coming from, or maybe just didn't want to understand. Ashley just wants to move forward, and she just accepts that she won't get the accountability that she wants from her mother. And I think that that is something that a lot of adults have to actually do eventually when they have issues with their parents or want to discuss sort of things that went on in their childhood. I think it's a very common thing to do as an adult, to just be like, look, I accept this person for who they are. If they're not going to take accountability, if they are, whatever happens, I accept them as my parent. You kind of just have to accept people as they are. And especially when you're older, because that means your parents are also older. And there's this whole saying about teaching an old dog new tricks. People are very set in their ways when they get to a certain age. Sometimes there's just no reasoning with them. We see Clifton and Joy, who are out shopping for new scents for Clifton's beard oil, and Joy brings up the wedding. She says she's been moving slow with the planning because she never really wanted to have a wedding. She does want to marry Clifton, but she just doesn't want the whole big celebration situation going on. Clifton says a wedding is for them, but also for other people to celebrate them, whereas Joy thinks, F them people, they're here for the free drinks and the free food. I kind of agree a little bit. I kind of see both sides here. I do see the viewpoint of wanting to celebrate with your friends, your family, your loved ones. It's to have all the people that, you want to rely on during your marriage, and the people who have supported you and championed you leading up to your marriage. You want them to all be there to have the celebration at the same time. That is a lot of money to put on for a party. It is a lot of money. Joy agrees to sleep on it, as it's clear that Clifton really does want a traditional celebration. Alicia pulls up at Quick and Ashley's, and Quick FaceTimes Alicia before she goes inside to talk about the surprise party that he is planning for Ashley. He stresses that Alicia needs to make sure that her and Ashley don't arrive to the venue late. I feel like I would need this warning, because socially, I arrive late almost all the time, and I know that it's rude. I know many people take it to be rude, that you don't respect their time, but things just happen. I respect everyone's time, but things just end up spiraling out of control when I'm about to go and do something fun. I don't know why this happens, but it happens all the time, and I'm always late, and it's such a horrible trait. I need to work on it. Inside, Ashley fills Alicia in on the heated conversation that she had with her mum, and Alicia tells Ashley that she just needs to make peace with the situation because Ashley's mum may never own up to her shortcomings from back then. Ashley wants to improve their mother-daughter relationship, so she is just going to let it go. I really, really hope that we do get some resolution here between the two of them, on or off camera, it doesn't matter, but just that they can get to a really good place and have a great adult relationship as mother and daughter, because that is such a valuable thing to have. I love the relationship that I have with my mum now, because when I was younger it was up and down, mostly good, it was mostly because of me, but it's definitely a really rewarding feeling as an adult to have that kind of renewed relationship with a parent that is kind of on a friend vibe, but they're still your parents, so you're still going to tread lightly or whatever, but it's just, I find it a really rewarding thing to have. So I hope that they can work it out, and I hope they can come to a better place. Ashley and Alicia have clearly been friends as well for like over 20 years. I think they said something like 24 years in this episode. And Alicia even moved into Ashley's childhood home after Ashley's mum had moved out to go live with her boyfriend. So I love their friendship. I think their friendship it just looks beautiful. It looks like it's just full of love and support, and it's really, really heartwarming to see. At Erana and Jamie's, Erana fills Jamie in on her conversation with Winter. Jamie, like me, is wondering why Erana even entertained a meeting with Winter, and Erana says that it was more about Winter mentioning their kids. Jamie has clearly been spoilt by Erana over the years because, she says he was hardworking, so she was doing everything. He's never had to wash his own clothes. He didn't really have to be doing dishes and stuff like that, but now he's retired. He's at home. She's looking forward to him helping her out with some stuff around the house. He says he's bought a dishwasher. We'll see how that goes. At Quick's surprise birthday party for Ashley, the guests have arrived. They're having a good time waiting for the birthday girl to arrive. Clearly, Ashley already knew about this party because she says that none of her family, none of her friends had called her during the day to try and organise something like a dinner or drinks for her birthday. The way she walked into that venue was hilarious. I could not stop laughing at the way she walked in. Like, yes, I know you lot were doing this. I'm going to smile because you're going to take a picture of me, but come on, I'm not surprised. The party looked like a good time. There was even a little cameo by Jim Jones. He was at the party. Generally looked like the vibe was pretty good. But Angela got a call partway through the party and starts crying as she tells Quick that Alicia got into an accident and that her car is totaled. Thankfully, she's okay, but she is really upset. Quick makes the decision not to tell Ashley and wants to tell her when they get home later so that, Ashley can have fun and enjoy her birthday. At the table, Erana wants to know what they all think of Joy, and Sherelle mentions that Joy and her husband Black were in a band together. Apologies, I thought his stage name was Block last episode when I was recapping this. Turns out it's Black. My bad. Black says his ex-girlfriend and Joy became friends, and he thinks that Joy became mad at him because that situation didn't work out. It's starting to sound to me, and I want to know what you thought if you watch this episode, it's starting to sound to me like Black and Sherelle began dating around the time that he was still in that relationship with Joy's friend. I don't know, it sounds a bit fishy to me, but anyway, Joy has blocked both Sherelle and Black on socials, so Sherelle wants to know what's up, what's tea? Raina tells Ashley that Joy felt a way about her and Alicia questioning Joy speaking to single mums about finding love. And Ashley makes the point that dating with the responsibility of children is very different to when you have no kids. I feel like this is such a no-brainer, and it's annoying me that it's a storyline. It's really annoying me that it's a storyline. But whatever, it's okay. Ashley is lost on why this is even an issue. Same, sis. Big same. But agrees with Erana when she says that she needs to have a conversation with Joy at some point. Jamie thanks Quick for talking to Lil Jamie before at Jason's going away party, but when Erana mentions Lil Jamie's mental health, Jamie yells that Lil Jamie is being a bum, and this set Ashley off. Ashley talks about how hurtful it can be for parents to call you names, and the whole table in general is trying to get Jamie to understand how important mental health is, especially the mental health of your children, and how your parenting can affect them for years to come. It didn't go well. Did not go well. Because Jamie thinks that Lil Jamie tells his mother that he's thinking of harming himself for some kind of sympathy or attention, and Quick is really concerned that Jamie is not taking this seriously. Jamie loses it and says these kids are entitled, especially the ones born to successful parents like him and Quick, and especially kids that were born in the 90s. I don't know what kids born in the 90s did to you, sir, but you speak for your own, okay? Leave everybody else out of it. Ashley, Quick, and Erana try their best, but Jamie is just not listening. Ashley tells us in her confessional about the 2 times in her life that she tried to take her own life. It was, aside from it being, like a touching story, her talking about this, I just really felt like I'm just so proud of Ashley. I'm proud of her being able to open up and talk about this on a reality TV platform. It's not easy talking about this type of thing. I imagine it was incredibly challenging. And for her to share this with people, knowing the type of platform that she now has, being on Love and Marriage DC, I think is such a brave thing to do and such a strong thing to do. And knowing that people can watch that and relate to it and feel like, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling good right now, or there have been times I haven't felt good, but I'm going to get through it. Ashley made it. I can make it. I commend her so much, and I'm so proud of her for being so brave and so strong and just so open with the rest of us on this show. And I just pray that everything goes so well with her family, with her mum relationship as well. And just, I wish nothing but good things for Ashley. She just seems like such a good soul. And yeah, I'm just such a fan. I think she's just so great. She's a great fun person to watch on this show, but also brings a lot of realness in a way that's still enjoyable to watch and still relatable. Later in the party, Ashley is pissed that Alicia hasn't shown up, and it's getting harder and harder for Quick to keep the secret from her, so he takes her outside to break the news. Ashley is not happy, it's safe to say, very unhappy that Quick didn't say anything sooner, and is trying to get hold of Alicia on the phone to find out if she's in the hospital or where she's at after this accident. Quick is trying to justify not telling Ashley and, cancelling the party by saying it's because Alicia is okay. If she hadn't been, this would have been a wrap. We would have gone to see her or gone to help her in some way. But a very stressed out Ashley is not here for it and just ends up snapping at Quick, telling him that he doesn't understand because he doesn't have any friends, and kind of walks back into the party. And that was the end of episode 3. So, ratings. I gave this one an 8.5 out of 10. There was less winter, so I had a good time. The scene with Ashley and her mother was a very hard watch because you could see just how much Ashley wanted her mum to truly own her past and apologise and really mean it. So I'm sure that was probably quite triggering for a lot of people watching this as well, but I'm really, really hopeful and prayerful that they can get to some kind of resolution very soon. Ashley's friendship with Alicia makes for such wholesome TV. We absolutely love to see it. Alicia did get into that terrible sounding car accident though. I'm glad she's doing okay. I do understand why Quick wanted Ashley to enjoy the party by not telling her right away, but that did not go well with Ashley at the end. The surprise party overall was very cute though, even though Ashley knew that was coming. But Jamie was being the Jamie that we have seen before. We saw this last season. Just bull in a china shop, just very, very stubborn about what he feels is right versus what people are trying to bring to his attention. So yeah, I gave this one an 8.5. Overall, a very decent episode. I did enjoy it. Wish there could have been a little bit more, but there's still more episodes to come in the season. So I want to know your ratings. Let me know what you thought. Let me know in the comments. Let me know on socials. Just let me know. I'm curious. And I will see you for the next one.